I just thought I can show you how I've started preparing this book I was showing for, whether it's an art journal or whatever it might be. Let me just lift that up just a second. Okay, there might be more there. Okay, so what I did, the first thing you got to do is take the first 3 pages. So there, as you open the book, this first page, you stick it to this cover with some glue, and then take the next one and the next one and do the same thing. And each time you glue it, put the glue down here and then just close the book, and it'll make it nice and straight and less crinkly. Then what you've got to do is you've got to take the first page. All right, so I'm going to show you, I've already done these. All right, so what you do is you take the very first page. Imagine that's the first page. I've already done those. And then you start ripping out 6 pages after that. Okay, so really carefully, close to the spine as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I might. Oh, darn it. Okay, I'm gonna leave all that in. Let me try that again. Okay, let's leave that there a minute. Imagine this is the first page. Okay, start ripping out pages. 6. Okay, now what you've got is you've got all this raggedy stuff in the center, but all you're going to do is you're going to get rid of that by bringing the first page you turned over and bring that to the 7th page. But first of all, you're just going to glue it. So I'm just putting not loads and loads, as if you were sort of doing a like a heavy decoupage. So I'm looking at what I'm covering in the light because I can't see it, trying to keep it as even as possible all over that page. Just lift it up, bring that to that, and close the book, and then open it, go back to that page which is here, and I got just a little, like a little store card thing, and I just gently go over the pages, because as you start taking out pages, they get a little bit, the whole book gets a little bit wobbly, less stable. So I do that on one side, and then I do that on the other side, and then yeah, you're going to get a little bit crinkly there. They're going to start curling up, but as they dry, you'll be able to bring them back. As luck would have it, this paper is really, really good. And so what I'm going to do is play with each page very carefully. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but they're really nice pieces of paper. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that yet. I'll figure that out. I may have to take that whole section out. But see, I've got this much of the book to go, but I've got all these pages, and all the pages that I'm taking out, because the paper is really, really nice, I'm going to trim this off, stick a few together and just use them as little, I don't know, little sketch pieces or collage pieces, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you started yours. I just thought you might like to see what I'm doing. And if I'm making any mistakes, we'll soon know it. Okay, let me show you. What I did is some of the pages that I took out, I stuck them together so that they mimic what I've done in the book. So this one I've prepped up with some clear gesso on both sides. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And then this one was with an acrylic gesso. I think I'm going to need two coats for that. It wasn't really very thick, but what I'm trying to do is to avoid crinkling up of the pages. I didn't want to put too much liquid on it, so I'm going to give it another coat tomorrow and see what happens. In the book, so at the end, I ended up with this look. So I've got 2 pages, which had 6 pages inside. So I haven't prepped any of these pages yet. But what I did do is I put gesso on this one, which is the 3 pages stuck to that cover and that first page. So again, I tried not to put too much gesso on it, but this is the acrylic gesso. That one. I don't know if that's the right way round. I don't know whether I got the camera set right. It might be showing you backwards. I don't know. Anyway, the clear gesso, I think, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do some servietting with that. I'm not sure because it's the right texture. With the glue in, I just used Mod Podge, and then what I did was, like you can see, they're not really crinkly. So I've got quite a few pages in this book. With the other pages, what I did is I got one great big book. So as I glued them together, I put them underneath this great big book to weigh them down, to keep them flat. I think it's working out all right. So I haven't prepped any of these pages yet. They're just glued. What I want to see, because I don't know, is once I get another coat on this one, how that reacts to watercolours and acrylics. I want to see the difference. That's why I prepped all these pages before I start headlong trying to see what I'm going to do inside the book. I don't want to ruin. I've got plenty of time to ruin that. So that's what I did. But really easy. Took some time, but as I was doing it, I kept thinking of all the things that I could do. But I think they came out really well. Some of the videos you see, the pages are really, really crinkly. The trick is just a thin layer of glue, and then if they're not cut together properly, stuck together properly, I'm just going to trim them down so I've got paper to play with. Because I don't want to waste the paper if I can help it, because I've got quite a lot. Just quickly, I wanted to show you what happened when I put the acrylics on. Let me lift that up a little bit. And I got a camera up. My acrylics are crap. They're so bad. On the green bits here, I think I've probably got about 4 or 5 layers. But I wanted to show you what it did to the page. There's a little bit of crinkling, but I don't think you can see it. In fact, I can't even see it. Hardly any. And that page is going to be good for me to use on this side. So I'm actually quite pleased with it. I haven't finished this off yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. This one here, this is a serviette. This up a little bit so I can still see some of the writing coming through. But this page here, because I did put water on it, and I'm not sure the glue was as good as my gluing was as good as it could have been. It did raise a little bit here, but again, I haven't really finished this one. But I just wanted to show you that because you've got little gaps down the side inside this book, there's lots of little gaps, you can actually slide these pieces in and glue them in, and they become another page, which I think is great, because there's still lots of scope for me to add stuff to it. So yeah, I hope yours is coming out really, really nicely. I hope you've started it. I'm not sure what this is going to be filled with, but I think it's going to be a whole experimental process, and I'm having fun with it.